my Uncle G told me that I had a chance. So then I popped out and did it again, and did it again, and did it again. I cannot respect them, where did he begin? Advice from the council, let nobody in. Been swearing through rumors, avoiding the trends, and ducking I'm ducking the loony that come with the shows. I'm grateful to man, he opened up doors. They bung on their tour bus to come and compose. I reach to the stars on my tippy toes. This greatest success where most fold. I tell you my past, that don't get old. But how could you ask? Like I don't be writing my raps. The critics got everyone tapped. You gotta relax. The city where nobody sleeps. Just type in and ask where I'm at.
On your top 5 tonight. On your what's the name tonight. On your show's name tonight. I am the Omega. PG Lane, Rolly Gang, SIE. Don't you address me unless it's with 4 letters. I thought you known better. I've been ducking the pandemic. I've been social gimmicks. I've been ducking the overnight activists. Yeah, I'm not a trending topic. I'm a hold on, y'all playing with me, man. I am the Omega. PG Lane, Rolly Gang, SIE. Don't you address me unless it's with 4 letters. I thought you known better. I've been ducking the pandemic. I've been ducking the social gimmicks. I've been ducking the overnight activists. Yeah, I'm not a trending topic. I'm a prophet. I answer to Metatron, Nick Gabrielle. Looking for a better me. I am a legacy. I come from the 70s. The Al Green offspring. And the melody, the big shot. Wrist on cryotherapy. Soon as I press that button, better get right like the emblem's coming. Us two when the light he ain't been through nothing. Day free. Got at least 1 B in the oven. I'm tripping. I'm jigging. My mental is amazing, brother. Pop off only on occasions, brother. Rich mama know I made it, brother. Go figure, never caught cases, brother. Face it, brother. Gracious, brother. New flows coming. Be patient, brother. Show my then take you out of class like a multitask like Megan, brother. 2021, I ain't taking no prisoner. Last year, y'all up all a listener. Who went platinum? I call that a visitor. Who the backing them? All been falsified. The facts mean this is a vaccine and the game need me to survive. The Elohim, the rebirth. Before you get to the Father, you gotta holler at me first. On top 5s. That album, that single, burn that hard drive. Ain't nobody safe when I come up, and everybody that's outside. Who you with? Yeah, Kanye changed his life, but me, I'm still an old school Gemini. Let me jump in this. 2 phones, but I only bring 1 in this. 1 daughter, but they all my sons in this. No, getting done in this. I'm scary, I gotta in this. On top 5s. Stop playing, I'm that guy.
Number 2 DM in my. That's cool, that's why.
Flip mode. 9-7. Bust a bus. Hot. Check it out. Hit you with no delay into what you saying, yo. Silly with your ice, grilly with the dilly, yo. When I be on the mic, yes, I do my duty, yo. While up in the club like we while in the studio. You know when to violate, baby, really and truly, yo. My main thug, Bill and Julio, he moody, yo. Type of rubber that it with the real shook, scared to death, act, yo. X that, look at shorty.
Fittingly named in part for its considerable elevation. We're at Empower Field, Mile High here in Denver, Colorado. Here's the former Bronco, Matt Prater, out, and he'll get us started in Mile High. Return starts at the 3. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
gun. They'll give it to him inside. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
These big D tackles in this league, they love weaponizing their size right in the middle of the field. It is so hard to clear lane against them. And once he got his paw on him, it was dead on arrival.
Shotgun snap to Nix. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Here we go, set.
Receiver in motion, headed right.
Check go.
On 3rd down, here's Nix. This is hauled in by Ingram. And he's able to get this down to the 36.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
1st down, ball at the 36.
Set.
Out of the gun, it's Nix. Big catch is made, and he got the feet in too. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
This drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. 1st and goal. Finds Mims. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And with 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Here we go.
He gets it headed right. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
So now, here's 3rd and goal.
Go.
Nix from the gun. And he will score. It's a Denver touchdown. The Broncos finish up an excellent opening series. Cortland Sutton, the touchdown. Point after try is good by Lutz. And the Broncos will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. And well, in the past, we wouldn't have batted an eye as it sailed over the end zone, Brock. But with our new kickoff rules in place, that's going to cost them. The football's coming all the way out to the 30-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Starting the drive with a give to Jones. And he found some running room for a nice gain.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Staying on the ground with Jones. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line. They get 6 and a first down as well.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Blitz coming for Rodgers. He puts some air under this one, deep right. His first throw is an interception. Pat Surtain has it. What a call for their first pass of the game. It would have been a big hitter if they completed it, Brock, but just not the right touch on that football, and it ends with an interception.
You could just tell these cover guys, they've been waiting for their first chance to go get some work done in this one. They did their homework, number 1. And number 2, Kate, as Russell Wilson loves to say, the separation was in the preparation.
Drive starts with an option, right side. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Kate, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down.
Let's go now.
Nicks off the play action. Completed to his running back. Jukes out a one-stop. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
Man, I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the first down. That's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Give now to the running back. He's contained at the line for no gain. Tackle made by Von Miller. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here.
Ready. Set, go.
Throwing from the gun. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions, you get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
He lets one fly deep downfield. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
Fielded just beyond his 40. And a good return as he gets him up across midfield and into enemy territory. Big kick on that one, 62 yards. And the Steelers will take over possession. First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense, who puts a sack on the board.
After the sack, another pass on second down. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Dre Greenlaw picks it off. And the Broncos are going to have it after his second interception of the season. Okay, Brock, now back-to-back drives where they have picked him off. That's got to be a worrying trend for these coaches who know how integral the passing game is to their game plan and their success.
Those poker players, the best of them, when they figure out a tell, they know exactly how to beat their opponent. This defense right now, they're reading this quarterback like a book.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Darius Slay with the stop. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9. And we will not get another play. That's going to do it for... We're back, and it is Broncos football as we resume. They have it 2nd down, well inside of field goal range. It's Nix out of the pistol. And he will score. It's a Denver touchdown. The Broncos take a 13-0 lead. Well, we all know that he's somebody they like to have working down near the end zone, Brock, and there is so many ways they know how to use him down there.
Yeah, things are constantly different down there when you're trying to defend him, which is what makes defending him so tough, borderline impossible at times. He can make the smallest little tweaks to his route just like a receiver would, and it's a totally different animal, a nightmare for these defenses.
Lutz there to tack on the extra point. And the Broncos double their lead to 14. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. Calvin Austin on the return. Big shot at the end of that return as he gets it just past the 20. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Straight ahead they go with Jones. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. A pistol snap here, Rodgers. Caught by Freiermuth. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
I'm sure Coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Now a give up the middle to Jones. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday, but doing the dirty work, playing to run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
When nothing opens up, that becomes a pretty clear throwaway spot. I mean, that is textbook throwaway spot right there, Kate. Get outside the box, chuck it into the 3rd row, and avoid exactly what happened right there. Because now 3rd down is so much harder.
Gotta figure out this 3rd down here. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. Oh no, they get him yet again! Picked off, Brandon Jones! And the Broncos will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Oh man, Brock, those other leaders on that sideline, they've got to sit him down and calm him down. 3 consecutive drives now where he's thrown an interception.
Yeah, this defense is just all over him, seeing every throw, anticipating these routes before they're even run. When he's dropping back to throw, and I know this feeling, it's horrible as a quarterback. It feels like there's 20 defenders out there on this defense.
And he gets in, touchdown Denver! The Broncos pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. It's a Troy Franklin touchdown. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period, end of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
And this kick was just mishit. It is wide left and no good.
To kick off for the Broncos.
So following the missed point after, the chance to take his frustrations out on that football as he sends this away. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not... on the touchback. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. A give left side to Jones. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Talanoa Hufanga there to make the play.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
He has the first over the middle. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
The screen pass falls incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down.
Let's go.
Here's a throw. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Broncos will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Well, just when you think things can't get any worse, Brock, I am not sure what you call it, because I don't think I've ever called it 4 straight drives ending in an interception.
Oh, as a former QB, Kate, I know exactly what to call this. A nightmare! 4 pick games are a rarity, and you never see it happen on consecutive drives. And at this point, listen, hey, offensive coordinator, play caller, run the ball. And I mean run the ball.
He's got the hook up to Ingram. He has room past the 25. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down.
That's good for the Denver Broncos.
Complete to Mims. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have first and goal.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Back-to-back big plays have them all set up. First and goal here.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. They'll break the huddle and come up on first and goal.
Ready.
They'll try and punch it in. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2. That brings us to the 2-minute warning here at Mile High. The Broncos trying to make some noise before halftime.
Ready up.
Another chance at it on second and goal, still from the 5.
Ready. Ready.
Quick throw left side, complete. Touchdown, Denver! And that, Brock, I know you're keeping track, but just in case our audience isn't, his 4th first-half passing touchdown. At the pace he's on, this would be a new record if he has a second half to match this one. Extra point try now from Lutz. And that's no good. His second missed extra point of the day.
Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
So now after his second missed point after the game, he's hoping to strike this one a little better as he kicks it away. And he got all of that one, that's for sure. But with our new kickoff rules in play this year, that means the football's going to be spotted at the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Now a give to Jones. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Pass play now. Fits it through the middle. On the move, past the 40. Down the left sideline he goes. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
You know, Kay, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Four downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Jones has nothing on that run. They stand strong and stop him at the 2.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on 1st down. More to come.
Trying again from the 2. It's 2nd and goal. Looking for it with Warren. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Steelers chop some of the lead off before the half. Well, we all knew what was coming when they got into that goal line formation, didn't we, Brock? And they just pound the rock in for an old-school touchdown.
I just sometimes love that stuff. Nothing fancy, nothing cute. Here's our formation. You know we're running right at you, and we challenge you to stop us, and you can't.
The Steelers leaving their offense on the field. We got a 2-point conversion coming up. He's throwing for it. Oh, this is getting ugly early. Intercepted again. Picked off Alex Singleton.
You know, sometimes it just feels like the opposing coaches are sitting right inside your skull. They read the call and were set up perfectly to counter it.
Now Prater on to send it away. Brown with a return here. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. There's 35 seconds to go in the half as they are ready to begin their drive.
Come on, set! 70 Lions!
Looks like they'll play it safe with a run to the outside. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss. Denver calls the second of its 3 timeouts. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
Got it, ready?
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now.
Here we go, here we go!
Play action with Nix. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up. The Steelers calling their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long.
Tight. 60 Maverick.
Throwing here, Nix. Wow, his first real mistake. That's intercepted. Minka Fitzpatrick has got it. And the Steelers get the football back with minimal time to go in our half.
That is just a big-time individual effort, Kate, defensively. First, he takes the ball away, and then he's looking for points, right? He turns from defense to offense, and one more move, and he might have broken it to the house.
They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Let's go.
They'll come out throwing. Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away, incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. And now it's 2nd down.
You know, down here in the red zone where there's a touchdown on the line, you really want to read the quarterback's eyes as a defender. Make sure you know where that throw is going and get in position to swat it away. That is well done.
Let's go now.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Throwing from the gun here. Gets it towards the end zone, but it's incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
Oh, that is going to haunt him. A drop touchdown in the end zone. We'll see how good his mental toughness is, if he can move past it quickly and make an impact for them later.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. They'll try and throw it here. Ooh, that looked like a pick for a second, but it hits the end zone grass. They are very fortunate to get this one back, but now they've got 4th down.
That was it. That was their chance to escape this series. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points, and that was their ticket off the field. Unfortunately, he just couldn't quite hang on.
So with only a single second remaining, they're going to try a field goal. A very short kick here from the right hash. McManus sends it through. And the deficit goes from 20 to 17. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our 2nd half.
Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this 2nd half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. They give to Jones, right side. And they're all over him again. He's dropped at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
2nd and 10 now. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
To the air, 3rd and long. Complete beyond the marker. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
1st and 10. Here's Jones. And he's going to have this one down to the 43 on a good run. Working quickly here. 2nd down carry for Jones. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. No gain on 2nd down, and they need 2 here on 3rd.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
3rd and just 2 to go. Looking for a throw here. Fryermuth there to bring it in. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
I think every quarterback around the world would agree, Kate. You love throwing a short pass to a tight end and then give that guy a chance to show off his speed in the open field. He outruns defense to make it a much bigger game.
Just need 2 more yards that they couldn't get on that last play. Here's 1st and goal. Jones has the Pittsburgh touchdown. The Steelers cut into the lead coming out of halftime. Matt Prater for the point after try. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Steelers cut the lead down to 10. That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. Brown with a return here. And this drive will start inside the 25. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Fakes the handoff, now to throw. Hits his running back. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Met and stopped by Alex Highsmith.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Shotgun snap to Nix. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
They're set up at the 35 now.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger, 70 Ranger, ready?
Throwing on 1st down, Nix. And he has it along the sideline, but he got a little too close to that edge. They're going to say he's out of bounds. We've got 2nd down.
The best of the best, they just have this intuition, Kate. They know where the boundary is without looking. This receiver's not quite at that level yet. He lost track of where he was, and he brought it in, but out of bounds.
Bronco 80. Cowboy 80. 18, Pioneer. Ready?
They'll throw again. Nix. Escapes out to the left. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
I think his decision-making wrote a check that his legs couldn't catch this time. This QB could run, and he's ranging, looking for space, looking for an outlet. But there was none to be had. No escape route available this time.
Let's go.
Putting a receiver in motion.
Go.
Here he is on 3rd and long. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Darius Slay has it. Well, they left the locker room in front. Great position to be in, right? But a shaky start to half number 2 with that interception.
We know that no lead in the NFL is safe. A 1-point lead, something that looks insurmountable. How many of these games so often come down to one possession in the end? With a half of football left, you just can't give away too many gifts in too many possessions. That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Jones trying the left side. And he's going to get it out past the 40 before he goes out. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on 3rd down.
When you don't have great success on 1st down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Trying to throw here out of the gun. That's caught for the 1st. And they take him down right along the 30. And that play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Pass play coming here. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Back to throw. This has been a trend. Yet another interception. Oh, he loses it on the return. They could get this back. And the Broncos corral it. And the Broncos are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
You know, Kate, I don't always think it comes to people's minds how much execution there is in a lateral, right? You see it out on the playground, Little League football, people tossing the ball around. Well, there's a reason you don't get away with it in the NFL, because if you're not right on the spot, well, the defense can make you pay, and they do right there.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Handoff now from the gun. And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
2nd down now, 7 to go.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. 19 Lion.
From the 17. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Here we go.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Nicks off the play action. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It goes for a 38-yard pickup. And that'll be good for a Denver 1st. Lone back gets the handoff. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. So we hit the end of the third quarter. It's the Broncos with the ball, trying to close out what would currently be a win. First and 10 now from the 30.
Come on, set! 60 Bison, 60 Bison! Warrior 70!
Out of the gun, it's Nix. That's complete to Ingram along the sideline. And he's got it inside the 15 before going out. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down. Option give here. And he's brought down by a collective effort there, only 1 yard on the carry. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. And he won't get it there. Defender finds a throw and breaks it up.
You know, as a QB, I'm going to note that in the back of my head. That was a heck of a break. Knocks the ball away. DBs like that, they tend to, once they get one hand on the ball, have a pretty good beat on you and can get two hands on it the next time.
On third down, here's Nix. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. Picked off by Joey Porter Jr. And the Steelers have some new life in the fourth. Oh, man, Brock, they decided to air it out in pursuit of a touchdown that time, but it's intercepted, and the visit to the red zone comes up empty.
And that one stings, Kate. It really does. You have a limited opportunity of looks in that close, particularly as we get through the second half. But once you get, you have to finish with points.
They get it right back. That's intercepted. Pat Surtain has it. And the Broncos get the football as he makes his third interception of this season. Well, they had the advantage for a moment, Brock, but turns out that is all just that moment because they throw an interception to give the ball right back.
And for once, both coaches on both sidelines are preaching the same message. Take care of the ball. Not often you see back-to-back plays end in interceptions, and we're right back to where we were just a couple moments ago.
Connects with his back, Jaleel McLaughlin. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him. Turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
Bronco switch, Bronco switch. No, no. Go.
Here's the lone back on the handoff. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
They say about great outfielders in baseball, there's just something to them. They've got a knack, a feel, an instinct to take the right line, the right angle. For safeties, to create tackles for loss in the run game, it's the exact same attribute and skill set. Got to take that right angle and then go finish that runner.
Ready.
All right, here we go. Second down. Back now, pressure on its way. Finds him over the middle. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. the shotgun. They'll give it to him inside. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. 3 yards there and enough to move the chains.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
1st and 10 from the 41. Nix from the gun. He sends this one to the end zone. And he has it in the end zone. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos can put this out of reach as they make it a 16-point lead. Well, as they drive forward to what right now looks like it should be a win, Brock. He sure has taken advantage of a nice little chance to boost his stat line. His 2nd touchdown of the game.
Yeah, you just kind of feel these two building some trust, right? Just more and more equity. Certainly paying dividends in this one, but more than likely for more games to come.
And another one is no good. What a disaster this has been, Brock. That is his 3rd missed PAT in this ball game. No time just yet to figure out what's going wrong. After another miss, he's got to stay out there and send this one away. On the return, here comes Austin. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. On the carry, this is Jones. And what a hit there. Ouch, she pays the price for moving the chains that time.
You call that 1st down running play. You don't always expect to get those kind of yards. They'll take that every single time.
Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
Well, that's like a good peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Takes both to make it work. And defensively, you've got to have that pressure up front. That's peanut butter. And then you like to have some jelly. And that was almost a huge play with an interception.
He puts everything behind this one. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. The rookie from Texas comes up with it. And the Broncos are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his 1st career interception.
4 picks, 1 game. Hey, I get it. They've not all been his fault, but it isn't any easier to stomach. For the sake of his mental game, I think it's about time to limit things to short, easy passes or simply take him off this field altogether.
On 1st and 10, here's Nix. That one's caught along the left sideline. How about a big hitter, 30-40 yards there and a new set of downs.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play.
Here we go, here we go. Cougar 19. Go.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. That brings us to the 2-minute warning here in Denver. Broncos moments away from a 2-0 start. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down.
Go.
Knicks now to throw. Pressure's there, and the steal curtain closes on him. And that pushes him back. Third down coming up.
That sure ended up being worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call's going to be on third down.
Let's go.
Man in motion here. Third and long for him here. Completed to his running back. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
All right, I'll set up now. 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
As a corner in this league, well, you can go to the Pro Bowl if you can cover. If you want to be an all-pro, you stick someone like that.
Back to the well again. And he made a bid for it. It's a good gain that's stopped down at the 3. Denver calls the second of its 3 timeouts. And they'll have just one left to burn now.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3.
Ready.
Another carry for him. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Now the Broncos take their 3rd and final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. Will Lutz getting the call on 4th down to put 3 up here for the Broncos. This only a chip shot from the right hash. Bertolet able to knock it through and make this a 19.3 score advantage.
We got ourselves a 3-score game now after that make. It's got to feel like it's going to just about do it with any hopes of a comeback still smoldering. I think these kickers enjoy those opportunities, Kate, to be the one to kick this lead out of range.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away. And that one is going to go out of bounds. Wow, they're going to get great field position out of this. New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Back to pass on 1st and 10. Trying to push it deep downfield. This is brought in at the 15. And he's all the way home. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers get it back to within 2 possessions. It's a DK Metcalf touchdown. So no mistaking that play call, Brock. They send everybody on deep goes, and it winds up paying off. What a play.
And you think on the other side, defensively, they'd be ready for this. But this is truly a breakdown in the secondary. They're just not able to make a play on the ball in the air. And the end result, as you said, a big play and a touchdown.
Here go the Steelers again, lining up for two. He's throwing for it. And he has it in the end zone for two, and that's going to chip away a little bit at that deficit.
Broncos 35, Steelers 24.
Well, time making this all but impossible, but they're going to try for the onside kick here anyway. And the kick is recovered by that Broncos hands team. Well done by them, and that should put the finishing touch on this victory. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42.
18, run! 18, run!
They motion the tight end over.
Chop 60, chop 60. Ready?
Wow, they're going to pass it here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. The defense calls a timeout. That's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
Yeah, this is a time where offensively you got to regroup. You got to get in that huddle. You know, and quarterback is the most important leadership position. Everyone's looking at you. And as a QB, after taking a sack like that, golly, you got to flush it, instill some confidence, and move this ball forward.
Buffalo 18.
Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. So it's a win for the Broncos. And they're